the White House is calling it a historic breakthrough in US-India trade ties, but the fine print of this deal is now raising tough questions about balance and fairness. A fact sheet released today says that the US and India have agreed on the framework of an interim trade agreement following talks between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with a full bilateral deal promised later. Washington's headline announcement is tariff relief for India. The additional 25% tariff has been removed and the reciprocal tariff cut from 25% to 18%. But the White House makes it clear these concessions come in return for policy commitments by India. And that's where the question begins. According to the US fact sheet, India will slash or eliminate tariffs on several American industrial, agricultural and food products. India has also committed to large-scale purchases of US energy, IT products, agriculture and coal. There's more. India is expected to work on removing non-tariff barriers, negotiated new digital trade rules, and even move towards scrapping the digital services tax, a long-standing US demand. So the question now remains, is this truly reciprocal? While Washington highlights better access for US exporters and a more balanced trade, the Indian government has yet to spell out what safeguards exist for Indian farmers, domestic industry, and digital taxation sovereignty. With details still vague and negotiations ongoing, critics are asking, is India giving more than it's getting? And do the government's claims of a win for all stands up to scrutiny? Those answers may define the real impact of this deal.
जिस प्रकार से हमारे किसानों के हितों का संरक्षण किया गया है, पूर्णतः संरक्षण किया गया है किसानों का, डेयरी का, उसको मद्देनजर रखते मैं मानता हूं ये जो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स और भारत के बीच जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट कल देर रात फाइनलाइज हुआ, विश्व के समक्ष रखा गया, इसका देश के कोने-कोने में स्वागत हुआ है.
The buying of crude oil or LNG, LPG from the US is in India's own strategic interests as we diversify our oil sources. But the decisions are taken by the buyers, by the companies themselves. So the trade deal doesn't discuss who will buy what and from where. The trade deal ensures that the pathway to trade is smooth, ensures preferential access. Trade FTAs are all about preferential access to your competition. So today when we've got an 18% reciprocal tariff, we have a preference over other developing nations who are usually our competition. And that's why the free trade deal becomes very attractive. We estimate that the requirements that we have for import of certain items where the United States has the ability to sell to us, things like crude oil, LNG, LPG, airplanes, their engines, their spare parts, coking coal. You know, we have 140 million tons steel capacity. We're going to increase that to 300 million tons. Our current coking coal requirement for steel is already $17 billion. That will become probably $30 billion. 35 billion a year will be required only coking coal. If we have one or two more countries supplying that, the more the merrier, we get a better deal. We can negotiate smarter and better. Planes are required by India. We already have orders of 50 billion to Boeing for planes, plus orders for engines, plus orders for spare parts. I suspect we'll need anywhere between 80 and $100 billion of just civil aviation related products.